Yo, yo, what? Okay. 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 I think, supposedly, I got this working. This is my first dual stream, so this is why I don't have no idea what I'm doing here. Yo, I think I did figure it out. I think I figured it out. Okay, let's do it. So, let's get into what are we doing widescreen, but it's actually 16.9, 16 by 9. Yes. I'm not sure how to get it working. With the scenes, next time will probably be better, but I think YouTube is going to be 16 by 9 right now. Twitch is going to be widescreen. Okay, let's pull it up. So basically, what we're going to be doing is we are going to wow, the YouTube stream is way more delayed. Actually, the Twitch stream is not. Anyway, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be going into SymBoss, which is a Z80 OS, multitasking, multi-threading, and what I want to try to do is move devices around, dynamically add gates and stuff, and this will be just like Logic Sim, but for a graphical user interface and not for the Altair 8800. Desp, what is my Twitch? Jin Diamond. Here. Let's here. Twitch is there. That's my Twitch. Hit me out, yeah, watch me on Twitch. The delay is much better. Anyway, so let me pull up the SymBoss compiler. And SymBoss, let me, here we go. I will have some documentation up on the screen. Twitch doesn't load for you. I could have sworn I hit the right, is it this? Home? Pretty sure it's a U issue. Oh, okay. Anyway. So, yeah, let's see here. basically, this is the C compiler for the for Symboss, and it's extremely extensive. But it's actually kind of nuts. Let me see if I can't show you. I'm going to pull up this. Yes. No, I don't care right now. Open folders. Let me find a folder. D drive, projects, Symboss. Aha. Here we go. Video download was canceled. Please try again. Look for Jim Diamond on Twitch. I don't know why you can't find me. I think I got the stream live. Damn. Let me add folder to workspace. Add. Yes, I trust all the publishers. Okay, so basically what we're going to be doing right now is your Twitch is suspended. What did you do? Basically what's happening here is we have a C program specifically for Symboss. But as you might see, it looks a little strange. And that is because how do I Yo, Luma. What is up? You have one account that is suspended. That's amazing. Okay, anyway, let's focus here. So, what's kind of interesting about this is your two accounts that are suspended. That's crazy. Okay, let's see. Sorry. So we have transfer, we have data, and then we have code. Anything that is not specifically labeled data or transfer is put into the code section. Okay? So we got that. But the problem is let's see. Data is stored in, let me show you. Memory segments. Code can contain up to 64 kilobytes of code and data. Data must not cross a 16 kilobyte page boundary. And then the transfer must also be in the upper 16 kilobyte of address space of the window. Because Symboss, what you got to do here, Symboss, that's crazy, dude. Symboss, what it does is it can do up to 1 megabyte of RAM. You can have your Z80 board, which I don't have one right on me, but you can have a Z80 computer with up to 1 megabyte of RAM, and what it does is it banks the RAM. But the transfer stays in the upper 16 kilobytes of your banked RAM. Okay. Can you see my Twitch message? Yes, Desp. I have, if you get here, I'll show you. I have Caster Labs going, so I can see both YouTube and Twitch messages. Yep, I am doing a Logic simulator in C. How long have I been doing C? Luma, I've been doing C since like since like 2013. But professionally since 2016. I've only really started getting good around 2020. Okay. Now, here's the roster for tonight. I want to, you see how these are hard data images? I want to turn that into actual either sprites or images I pull in as references, because I don't want to hard code all this goddamn data. So we'll work on that. Yo, Dust, we've been coding only since 2020. That's pretty nuts. Homie, you're pretty good. Yeah, this isn't even a coding a magic number desk. This is more coding a magic everything. Anyway, let me go over the overview of like how this data structure works, because there's actually a structure to your code that does not exist in other. Well, this C compiler runs on the Z80, can compile itself. Hey, Luma, I just started C++ this year and I'm getting fucked. Yeah, I understand. Okay. I'm sorry, Luma. Okay, let's look at this. So, okay. So this is how this works. This is a control group. A control group labeled controls goes to my main window PID. Okay, I'm defining my main window PID as 0. And it has 4 controls. And the first control it starts at is C area. Well, what's C area? C area is this. Yo, Lifefire, what's up? I'm on Twitch. C area is the first control. You have to put your controls in. You have to put them together in this thing. You can't spread them out in willy nilly, because the C compiler SCC will compile them into a single block, and they have to be next to each other. So you have to specify how many controls you have, and then you have to give the starting address for that control, and then that's so the compiler can build it. I have an area, which means I want the background to be yellow, and this is the screen space, 10,000 by 10,000. Yep. Then I have text, which you may be wondering, what is that text? That text is the hello world. Okay. Then I have an AND gate control, and I have an OR gate control. Those are the three controls. Now, I have a bit of a problem. Okay. I do have a bit of a problem here. Because I don't think I can programmatically add controls to the system. If you look here, when open, SimBank, Form 1, and Form 1 is right here. You have your window, you have your text, your main menu, and your controls. I don't think I can programmatically add controls. So that's why we're going to go over here and we're going to learn how to add controls. Okay, let's try to figure this out, folks. Window applications, memory segments, Windows controls, desktop commands, next steps, advanced menus, toolbars, model Windows, control reference, event reference, graphics, library. Let's make, it doesn't go to the link. Graphics library. Right, we're going to do some crazy, somewhat crazy shit here. So first, I need to include graphics, okay? And then when I build it, how do I remove this? Let's do cc logic sim.c lgfx. Okay. Master link. Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to, is that the right link? Yep, that's the right link. Using the compiler. Oh. Okay. Let's try this out. Can't open. SimBus SCC. Oh, I totally misspelled it. Unknown symbol 151. What? Oh, okay. I gotcha. I'm Marsha Special Boy. I think about. Okay, now, here is the other fun thing that I have. The way I have my simulator set up is I have a physical flash drive that I can take this I can take this file and copy it over. Then there. So now if I go to Sim Commander, shoot. There we go. There. Look, I just drag that file over to my physical flash drive, and then when it's done, or like then when it's ready, I can boot off this flash drive on my physical Symboss machine. And here it is. I can, in fact, run Logic Sim. Now, for some reason, I can't close the system, but that's for another day. Okay, so we are compiling correctly. Oh, thanks. Yo, unknown, what is up? Okay, I think everything. What is up? Nice. Okay, now let's see here. We have the graphics library included. Using canvases, creating canvases. The SCC graphics library. Basically, I need a canvas width and height. Okay. The control canvas. So let's go here. So let's find my controls. Which is my control struct. What? Lol. I think I tried making a component struct, but it's not actually doing anything. Controls. So, C area. Okay. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to comment out all these controls. Okay. And I'm going to make a new control called transfer controls canvas. Equals control ID is 1 C image extended. Now the reason it's extended is because C image can be four colors or 16 colors, and I want to do the full 16 colors. So you got to use the extended, and there's a whole nuance in how that works. -1 canvas bank. I'm just going to do -1 unsigned short canvas, which is going to be added to the canvas, and then X and Y 10 10, and then define canvas width, define canvas height. Main width minus 50. Let's say that. Cool. Okay. So then looks good. And now, of course, you may be wondering, well, where's the canvas? So let me first delete these. Add and gate lol data char canvas canvas width times canvas height divided by 2. Okay. The size of the array must be greater than 0. Well, I should be... The linter here is just so crazy. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, anyway, so point is, this probably shouldn't be being drawn. No, Desp, you don't use linters? That's kind of fun. So the first control is now going to be C canvas. Okay, and right now there's actually going to be 1. And control ID. Does the canvas have to go on top of an area? Okay, let's see here. The members of param requires the most for simple type of control, select 16-bit number containing various bits. For example, important control type is C area, which fills the controls area with a solid color. In this case, param is going to be color black, red, orange, or yellow, and the default M starts to be for color mode. I don't think I need an area, so I think I can just draw the canvas directly on. Okay. That's kind of nice. Okay. So I have the canvas. Let's go here. What is clicked gate? Let me just comment everything out here and see if everything builds. When redraw window, when redraw. So I basically redraw the status bar and then I want to redraw the window. When redraw is interesting because what Symboss allows you to do is redraw single controls instead of redrawing the entire window. That's a lot. That's a lot better for the whole system because remember the whole system is a Z80 computer. So you don't want to be bogging down the entire thing. Let's see here. The canvas is greater than 252 pixels and width. We must instead create 2. Oh, well, in that case, let's do 128 and 64. So we have to make 2 controls to display 2 halves left and right on the same canvas. These controls should be defined as follows. The width of the left control should be 252 pixels. You know what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to look in the sample, basic, make calc, make GFX. GFX demo. Okay, let's see. This is a GFX demo. We have an icon. We got a ball demo. And I think what this does is actually what I want. I think I want to take GFX demo and the ball SGX file. Copy them over here. And then I will try running them. Blah, 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 blah. The disk does not exist. Cool. Okay. I think I can figure this out. So the reason I can't close my window, I think, is because of this problem. For some reason, the problem here is that this will, I think, hang the entire program. I don't release it back to the OS at all, so like no OS command like shutdown will work. I think. Best viewers on streamer.com, remove this space. Bro, what the fuck is this? What? Do I have bots in my Twitch stream? Like on the first Twitch stream? Probably. Okay, so let's see. We have the icon. We have a ball image. And counts byte. That's crazy. I really should have auto botted. They said like, oh, you should, you can turn on autobot or, you know, to block stuff. Auto mod detecting appropriate hardware messages. Hold them for review. My God, that's so crazy. Anyway, so let's see. I have C area. Oh. So it does. I do need an area. So in that case, there. So I have a C area, and then I will have 2. Okay. Control group. Yep, I need 2. This for a game, Luma. This isn't for a game. This is for. I don't know. You can't see because of the background clipped, but let me pull up my stream. And I know no one's watching the YouTube stream because I totally screwed up the title for it. So here. Let me. Okay, so this is my full adder that I'm simulating. Sorry about that. And as you can see, I have 8 devices. So this is a Logigate simulator that I have written for the Altair 8800. The Altair 8800 is an Intel 8080 computer, about 45 years old now. Came out, well, technically it was like in the late 70s it came out. And the way, I don't think I have it shown, but the way you use it is you use it like Vim or VI. You basically type in a long command to input a device, change the device's type, change its XY position, set its high or low value, switch to connect mode, connect different gates together, and then at the very end, when you hit R to render, or when you have R at the end to render, it'll render the entire screen all at once, and it'll simulate every time it renders. So basically, right now, I have a full, I think this is a full adder. Yeah, what are the logic gates on the screen? So right now, this here is, this is what I'm trying to make. But for a graphical OS, because this isn't actually graphics. This is a terminal. This is a terminal like your command line interface, but I'm sending graphics drawing commands to the terminal, which will then has a screen buffer and it draws stuff. If we look, unfortunately, I don't have a good.
That'd be great. Actually,
if you can see, can you see how slow this thing renders? This is why I have it now, so that you type in everything all at once into one big command, and then it renders, in one go. You can't erase certain you can't erase sections of the screen. You have to redraw or clear the entire screen. It works great for the Altair. Actually, it's wonderful. But I wanted to port it to something more, graphical. And SimBoss is also a Z80, which is a superset of the 8080, but it's a graphical user interface. It can do more RAM, it can do more stuff, and it can use a mouse and keyboard. And I thought it'd be a really fun project to do. So that's what we're doing. Anyway, so Yeah. Now what it's saying here. Let's go back here. Creating canvases, width and height. Canvas size limit to 504 by 255, and the canvas width of the canvas in pixels must be a multiple of 8. The width must be a multiple of 8 to work correctly on platforms. A single canvas must also stay within a single 16 kilobyte memory segment. The easiest way to guarantee this is to place it either in data or transfer segment. The 16 kilobyte limit unfortunately means that the maximum practical size of each canvas is much smaller than 504 255, 80 by 80. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I guess what I could do is I could do is I could malloc an array. I could malloc a section of memory and then dynamically add or remove these to it, and then change the controls number to render. But that sounds horrendous. That sounds horrendous. I don't want to do that. Canvas says, okay, to show the canvas in a window, we use image extend. The parameter argument to point to the edges of the canvas, width and height to match the desired pixel width. The canvas is greater than 50 to see image extension controls to display two halves, left and right, of the same canvas. These controls should be defined as follows. The width of the left canvas should be 252. The width of the right should be the total minus 252. What? I don't know. No. Apparently no. Okay, apparently if you... Yeah, okay, no. I reloaded the Twitch. If you refresh Twitch, it should work. Yeah, okay, we're back. That was unfortunate. Next time I do this whole dual setup, I'll actually title everything correctly, and it's not going to be actually as trash. So, yeah. The exposition of the right should be 252 pixels greater than the exposition of the left. The param value should so basically just do 2. Let's... Okay. Here, let's copy this over. Logic Sim demo. Icon. Win icon. I guess. Yeah. No status text. We'll do status text. Okay. No menu. Wait, hang on. Yeah. I can change that. So if I go here, no. There we go. No status text. The controls. Address of status text. Let me delete. Okay. Here we go. Basically, what I'm going to do here. There. Cool. Delete that. Let's try building it. Okay. Replace. I don't know why the disk error fails on start. What? What? Hang on. Okay, so I can open here. Unknown disk error code 33. What? Does that mean I can't actually... Okay, I copied it over there. Can I just not open it? Okay, I don't know why I couldn't open. I don't know why it wouldn't let me open the. No, it's all okay. Oh my god. I don't know why it wouldn't let me go into the applications folder. That's crazy. Okay. Anyway, WinID, blah 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 blah. We need to init the canvas. And then select the canvas. So go to my main. This is all added before. Okay. So let's read what it does. Before opening the window, which the canvas is displayed, you must initialize it with a GFX init function. For example, 64 by 96, you must do this. Before drawing it to a canvas, you must select it as the active canvas using GFS select. If desired, we can maintain multiple canvases and switch which is being drawn to use this function. That's pretty fun. Okay, so we can do that. Refreshing the display. Updating the canvas with a graphics function does not automatically update the screen to display these changes. This means that graphics are automatically double buffered, reducing flicker, but that we must manually tell Symboss to redraw the canvas, which is often the slowest part of the whole process. The simplest method to redraw the entire canvas is by using the Win redraw system, which is what I do already. However, drawing a full canvas can visibly take a fraction of a second on a 4 MHz processor, which is not ideal for games and fluid animation. Alternatives to use the Win redraw area, which will only redraw the part of the canvas that has changed. It's much faster, but requires us to keep track of the coordinates that have changed. So basically, what I can do is I can, like, if I have a gate, I can then, 16 by 16 gate, I can erase that gate and then draw it in the new spot, or draw it where the mouse is. Relative to the window content, not the canvas, which means that the canvas is not at position 0, 0 in the window, the coordinates past the redraw area must have the canvas position added in. So refreshes occur asynchronously. We're telling the desktop manager to refresh the controller's early convenience, but our code will keep running in the meantime. That's nice. Draw pixel, save pixel, draw line. Okay. Let's look here. So GFX load will load an image to your mallet area. That's sick. So let me do that. So if I go here, and I go to bin, this here is my AND gate, and I took it here. There. So let me take we'll figure that out later. Basically, I've now I have the sprites. Yeah, I have AND gate and OR gate in my folder. So now we can try to do that later. Draw checkerboard pattern, blah, 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 blah. Set up the ball, blah, 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 blah. GFX put, that's pretty cool with an XOR mask. Set up the frame counter, open the window. And then some fucking garbage. They don't have a timer, do they? They don't have a timer. So basically, this is what's slowing me down. Do I not have? Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I was kind of silent mostly because I'm reading this. I'm rereading how this works. This is very interesting. C-byte. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. So basically, we have that set up. Okay, so what's happening here? Let me go to the while one. And let me fix all these comments. Okay. And then this is going to be C-byte. Okay. Every 10/50th of a second, that's 16 FPS. So let's change this to 3. Okay. Now, because this is on my desktop, it's probably not going to be very, that's not really going to be a problem. Don't worry about it. And then 10/50th is actually going to be 3/50th of a second. Or around 16 FPS. Okay. We are getting places. And if count byte, if C byte, basically redraw it. So at most every 16 FPS, redraw the screen. Basically, it will erase itself and then do math draw a new position, and because it basically the ball is a mask, it'll export itself. That's actually kind of explained down here. The ball becomes its own mask. But what we're gonna do is we're going to draw some stuff. I don't think I had count byte set to 0 at the end. Or C byte. I don't think I had C byte set. So I think that's why C byte just totally ruined everything. Sponge Ask Chicken? What is Sponge Ask Chicken, Desp? We did fish tacos. It's like McDonald's process to shit. No, it's like a sponge. So I did chicken nuggets, homemade chicken nuggets, the other week. Was it last weekend? I think it was last weekend. Yeah, I did homemade chicken nuggets, and I didn't know what they do is they put in chicken skin. I didn't know this. And the chicken, I put it in the food processor, and it became so mealy. It didn't taste bad, but what you're supposed to is just supposed to put in a bit of chicken skin in there, which I did not know. The chicken's great. So they have this in main. Do not care about this. I don't care about X and Y, I don't think. Yeah. Basically, okay, let's try to figure this shit out. Why it's global, I don't fucking know. Let's put in, so we got a pixel, we got a safe pixel, we got a, what the value is there, line, 1 pixel thick, horizontal line, vertical line, box. Let me draw a box. Cool. Box X, box Y. Let's set box X equals, let's say it's 10. Box Y equals 10. Let's say X is just to draw the box. Where to draw the box. Box size. Okay. So then we're going to do GFX box F X Y box X box Y, and then color is going to be color in 4-color mode. Higher colors will automatically be rendered down to 4 colors. Let's do green. Okay. So then calculate redry area. Oh, let me move this here. No, never mind, it's there. Redraw when redraw area. Rendering redraw only the 16 by 16 pixel region starting at 10. Okay. Redraw x equals x, redraw y equals y, redraw width equals box x, redraw height equals box y. Okay. And control ID 1. And control ID 1. Hang on. This should be 2. Yep, control ID 1 is the canvas. And this should run every 16 FPS. And this should close the timer if I close it. Cool. Okay, I think I'm ready to build. Okay. Then I'm going to replace the file. Now let's try running it. What the hell? What the hell? What did I do? Nothing will work. Okay, that's fine. We can fix this. Let me take a look. What is the differences? So we have let's just do that for now. Okay. Test 2 and test. So register Y, I think in Symboss is going to be BC. Canvas. Select canvas. This draws stuff. This loads stuff. Test GFX put. Counter add. Win ID. Send bank form 1. While once the message goes 0. Message receive. If it okay. If C bytes, then basically draw a box here. Recalculate. What the hell? I'm on the phone. Okay, yeah, Death. Thanks. What the? Basically, I'm trying to figure out why does this not work? Because when I open it, I can't open anything. It breaks. It breaks completely. What about my code breaks completely? Is that it? Is this everything wrong? We just had out of like memory problems. We just have memory problems. Okay, we just had memory problems. I think we're gonna get somewhere with this. That's I think we're gonna get somewhere with this. So I'm going to copy this. By the way, the binary is 15 kilobytes, and I'm drawing nothing. Now, it's not true that there's absolutely nothing. There we go. That does nothing, but that's actually to be expected. Okay, so basically, check this out. When I have 15 kilobytes, is fine. When I hit gates and I hit XOR or whatever, I need to have this status text change. Right now it doesn't, but we can fix that. So basically what's going to happen is first of all, let me take this there and just have the controls together. So I'm going to take this text and copy it here. Let's see. We do everything good. I remember some of us is still running in the Z80. So basically, if send message 0 and you click a mouse and you do act close, I can remove this case. Let me remove that. Okay, because that shouldn't be doing anything right now. And now let us nope, doesn't work. Oh, you know why? Oh, there's something fun. There's some fun shit I gotta show you with there's some fun shit I gotta show you with Symboss too. I gotta show you the pictures that come with it. Remember, this is supposed to run on a Z80. I know this is not the best way to be doing this. Don't at me, bruh. I'm just trying to get shit to work. And I think things should work. Okay. Oh. Cancel. Look at that. The text changes. The text changes now. Cool. You guys want to see something fun? So you can have graphics on this thing. This is you not only that. Not only that, but where is... Check this out. Oh no, I can't play sound. I thought the sound... You can play music. You can play music on this too. It's pretty sick. There's like a music player that even supports MP3s. And also you can play videos at 6 FPS. This is part of the Matrix. It's playing on a Zilog Z80. And I do think Big Buck Bunny was ported. And of course, you can multitask. I don't recommend playing multiple videos at once, but you can. And this is all on a Z80, by the way. This is why I love this OS. It's just so fun. It just looks like it has a good probability of becoming a daily driving OS. Make Tetris. I think Tetris exists for it. I think you can download that game. Oh, but let me show you guys. It's nothing bad. It's somewhat kosher. Yeah. Right. So this is a way for you to, keep your images on a computer that probably no one else will use. In fact, I can't find it. It's on A drive. Is it on the B drive? It's not on the B drive. Oh, it's just a little bit of 8-bit boob. They can survive. But there is the Bible. So you can definitely read the Bible to save your soul there. It's a fun OS. I think if the biggest problem I have right now with SimBoss is the fact that I have to in order to develop for it, I have to plug in the USB on my physical machine and boot from it. That's fine. But then I have to turn off the computer, unplug the USB, plug it into my machine, my desktop, copy the files over, go back over to the machine. It's not like there is no extra drive for me to use. And the thing is, I don't have space for an MSX2, so I don't have two drives. I don't have multiple drives. I have an MSX2 emulator, a very powerful one at that. It's a very good one. It's just I don't have drives. I could probably find a cartridge that does an extra drive for the MSX2. Actually, let me look that up. MSX2 SD card cartridge drive. An external disk drive. Yo. Well, here's my answer. I just grab one of these and plug it in. Okay, I'll take a look. Because that would just solve everything. Because I hate developing on the physical machine, because I have to like take it and you have to like shut it down and do stuff. Anyway, let us now get an AND gate on the machine. So let's look. Converting images. Images can be converted with the SGX format software, such as MSX if you were 5, the classic version. I'm just going to use this. Alternatively, the command line tool, part of the desktop version of SCC, can be used to convert graphics in a variety of formats. SGX format. This will convert image into 16 color, same as that. Images are converted pixel, perfectly clean. Similarities from this podcast, blah 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 blah. The resulting GFX file can be loaded using the load set input set. Multi-image sets, image sets and masks. Basically, my question here is, how big let's see. Oh, we can do this. Look at this. GFX load. Let's look this up. Here we go. User loads a 4-color or 16-color SGX format. We'll be doing 16x, 16 color. From the path file name to the buffer, the path file name is relative rather than absolute. It'll be treated as a relative to the current executable's path. It'll just be relative. It'll be fine. Buffer should be a char array the size of the file in bytes, rounding to the nearest 128 bytes. Rounding up to the nearest 128 bytes. What? Okay. Right. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do here is we're going to grab, what is this tool? GFX to SGX. So we're going to okay. And then we're going to convert AND gate. No, hang on. We're not going to convert anything because I already have this stuff. We're going to do so we're going to do AND gate. Okay, so then we're going to make. I'm just going to make a game engine for the Z80 and make everything just magic numbers and document nothing. Good luck. It'll be vibe. Of course, it'll be vibe gated. So the image is 147 bytes, and the thing is, this did 138. Let me look at. $138. It says it should be on the boundary, but I don't see that's the case. So I'm just going to do 147 bytes, and it'll be written in BrainFuck. Of course, it'll be written in BrainFuck, bro. So let's go here. Let's open this up. No, I want to open it up in Paint. This is 24 by 24. So let's see. Gate 24 gate width and gate height. Okay. So that's going to erase itself. Gate width, gate height, and then redraw. Let's try building. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go playground. We're going to add AND gate and the logic sim. We're going to drag them onto here. And we're going to run them. Actually, make my own assembly in CP architecture and make it using Rust in Minecraft. I mean, that stuff's fun. I've done that before. That was years ago. So why is this not rendering? Put set over. It's the pixels with the image. Put and let's just say put set. Now, if I have to convert this to um let's try doing this. Okay. Now let's try converting in. Two, 9, 8. Let's try that. Cool. Basically what I just did was I think the AND gate was converted using 4-bit 4-color instead of 16-color, which is not conducive to the load's 16-color by default. So let's try running this again. Why is this not rendering? There we go. Now I can just start it directly. Why is this not rendering? Let me open up. Hang on. I think I know what the problem could be. This is a mask. Converting images. Okay, we can load images in SX format from disk and pop them directly to the canvas to copy the portions of the canvas as images. Or copy portions of the canvas as images. For saving to disk and such blah 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 blah. Images handled this way must have a width that is multiple of 4 pixels and cannot exceed 252 by 255 in width and height. And you cannot do complete depth sprite converting images. Images can be converted to SGX format using software blah 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 blah. This will convert image into a 16 color. Images are converted pixel perfect by Euclidean similarity to the Symboss palette color, so any necessary scaling or recoloring must be done using other graphic software such as GIMP or Photoshop prior to conversion. A typical workflow might be to create a custom color palette matching the default Symboss palette. Create pixel art using this palette. Excuse me. The next part is an RGB to PNG and run it through GFX to SGX for more complicated conversions, converting to color JPEG or photo. Automatic palette conversion tools like GIMP and Next. Color quantization may be useful. Oh my god. Okay. So basically, the standard technique for creating a transparent sprites is to use bitwise plotting modes. Use GFX put below. First we plot a mask image with put and. This could be consistent of color 0 for all pixels that are to be overwritten, and color 15 for all pixels that are to be transparent. Then we plot a foreground image with put or. So, for example, to split the transparent 48 by 32 pixel image evenly into 6 16 by 16 pixel tiles, each with a mask layer, the resulting tiles can be drawn transparently. Well, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this, take these, delete these, change this to andgate.png. And then I'm going to this is just this is red 24766 yellow is going to be 247, 247, 144. Cool. It's going to be 247, 66. Okay. So let's draw us some logic gates. Okay. Right. Making a dick. God damn it. Okay, well, point is there. Okay, so then I'm going to go here. Now it's 138 bytes. Okay. Let's try this out. AND gate. By the way, let me just... wrap this. And this is going to be pop-ups. Okay. Let's try this out, folks. Let's see if this works. Of course, it doesn't work. Let's just fill it. So I'm gonna fill the back to see if this will actually work, just because maybe it's masking things that shouldn't be masked. Oh, hang on. I totally screwed up. I didn't build it. When was the last time I actually built it, bruh? There, let's try that. Nope. Wait a minute, am I? Erase. Draw. Am I just stupid? It's very possible. It's very possible. Okay. "19 kilobytes is barely doing anything." What? What? What was the size of the other ship, the Altair size? Well, let's find out. It is 18 kilobytes. Everything, including the logic, file opening, closing, everything is 18 kilobytes. What? So the Z8 has like nothing in it, and is 19 kilobytes. Oh. Do you mean like how much RAM it can hold? The amount of RAM it could, like the largest program you have for the Altair effectively is 56 kilobytes. If you're not, yeah, the program size. The program size, so the Logic Sim, yeah, the logicsim.com for the Altair is 18 kilobytes and it can do everything. Right now, logicsim.exe for SimBus is 19 kilobytes and can't even draw a goddamn image. Well, the Altair one uses my terminal graphics library that I wrote. That one's like 4 kilobytes in size, that library. And it doesn't use floating point. And it uses the stdio, which has printf and stuff. It doesn't I haven't rolled my own printf or anything for it. So yeah. Oh, does it use printf? I don't think it does actually. I think it doesn't use printf. I think I rolled my own stuff. I think it uses ATOI or something. But that is a very small function. Why does this not? Let's try this. I'm just going to draw the checkered board pattern. And then I'm going to draw the ball. Isn't that how all these streams go? I plan on doing something pretty easy, and then it turns out to be almost friggin' impossible. Let me see, is this even working? I can't view the graphic. Why can't I view the graphic? Let's delete it. Can I not delete it? No, I can't delete it from the file system. I come out the file system, but I can't read or write it. Could not find AND gate. What the fuck? Let's look closer. Found it. Found it. I found the problem. I didn't have the plus 24. And it still doesn't work. And it hangs now. Because okay, let's try looking again. Why doesn't the freaking this draw? You know what? I am so sick of this. And this is actually going to be 16 by 16, not 24 by 24. Bro, I am raging here, bro. This shit fucking sucks. Let's try this. Why? You know what I'm gonna do here? Let me try this. Let me try. Let me try. Running GFX demo, but with my sprite instead of its own. Okay. So as you can see, my sprite works. My sprite does stuff. But the thing is, I can't even draw. This box. I'm gonna try building the. No, I built the demo. Hang on. I'm going to rebuild a demo with that same source code. Okay. The same source code. What? Okay. Okay. I don't know. Why that didn't work before. The file size changed. It's still working. Okay, let's look. Well, see, that's the sample code. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to sleep on this. Unfortunately, it's late. I accidentally got it started late. Next time I stream, I'm gonna stream this. I'm going to have titles correct so you guys can actually find what I'm doing. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to look into this and figure out why this isn't working. Because GFX Box, because if from what I understand is that when you draw something to the screen, you can't you can draw it to the frame buffer, but then you have to copy the frame buffer to the screen using a WinDraw command. The only thing I see is a redraw command. I don't see anything doing a full window. This should only redraw my actual sprite. Unless I'm losing it completely. Let's look. Draws a filled rectangle at left corner, coordinates 0, and then x, y, x plus 15, y plus 15i, the color. In 4 color modes, higher colors will be automatically rendered down to 4 colors. Updating the canvas with the graphics function does not automatically update the screen to display the changes. This means the graphics are automatically double buffered when using the flicker. But also that we must manually tell Symboss to redraw the canvas, which is often the slowest part of the whole process. Symboss method is to redraw the entire canvas using WinRedraw. However, redrawing the full canvas visibly take fractions of seconds, so they need to redraw area relative to the window content, not to the canvas. Once the screen is refreshed, at least 200 milliseconds before it can be refreshed again. It's helpful for real-time games. I have to do some more research onto what is going on because this is such simple code, but for some reason I can't grasp it and why it's not working for me, even though my sprite works just fine. You know what's kind of interesting is what if I commented out this? What would anything draw? If I comment out the checkerboard pattern, would the sprite even do anything? Or is the sprite itself a mask? No, the sprite draws. I am beyond words. Why does it draw here but not on mine? You know what? I'm gonna ask AI. I'm not even gonna give it anything. I'm just gonna say here's my code and here's their code. For whatever reason, I cannot seem to get my code to render my logic gate sprite at all, but the sample code does. Here is my code. Here is the sample code. Note that I commented out the checkerboard pattern on the sample to see if my sprite drew correctly. It does there. Honestly, just asking ChatGPT how to fix it indirectly instead of just shitting code. The thing is, there's so much nuance to this BS. To Symboss, its programming model, the paradigm, especially SCC, Symboss C compiler. I don't think it's going to give anything useful, but we will find out. So it should just be highlighting the differences here. Is that the problem? Is it because the canvas was outside of everything? Is it because the canvas was outside of everything? I'm going to fucking murder someone, dude. Does that mean this all worked? Does that mean this worked all along? It works. Although I don't know why the... Oh, I didn't save it. Look at that. Look at that. It draws now. It draws now. Okay. It fucking draws now. It's right. Like I should have just asked to begin with. Okay. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to draw it. I want to draw it where I click the mouse. So okay, this will require me actually looking more into it. So okay, so basically, this is how this works. Sim message is I'm gonna keep going because I know it's 2:14 a.m. but I gotta get something else working here. Basically, what sim message is it is a buffer that is dumped to by message receive, and message receive is a other controls. Mouse. Messaging. Message send, message receive. Message receive. So checks for message sent from the process ID to the process ID. Message usually. So basically, I need to find a mouse click. Here we go. Handling events. So I want to be able to click on the sprite which I don't think has any. Yeah, I don't think that has anything. Send, receive, and sleep. So basically, sleep is to wait for something to show up. Let me try changing message receive to message sleep. Because this is kind of an interaction-based program, it shouldn't be live. Like, I shouldn't be updating things live on its own. Okay. And this still works just fine. And I can shut down with it launched just fine too. Okay. So we got mouse click, window ID, and action type. Event reference. Primary event for most. Desktop focus. Window focus, window click, window focus. When a focus staff of the control is changed. Okay, hang on. So here we go. Mouse X position relative to window content. The window content offset should be 0. So basically what I think is if I take the control has been clicked or modified. The control ID. So this right here is what I want. So if I have hit content and the sim message is actually So basically, if I have clicked on the canvas, basically set that state. So then by the way, I still have no idea how the fill box worked without updating the entire thing. So let's say X equals my form 1, which is the main form, the main window. Yep. Minus 8. So basically, let's try building and see if anything happens. Well, I'm drawing multiple gates. Well, but that's only because well, shit, I don't know what's going on there, but point is, something kind of works. Yo, this is fun. Yo. Okay, so I'm getting there. Basically, I have to kind of sit down and think about the nuances of the drawing and the way, you know, messages are sent and handled, and my own BS logic. So next time I stream, we'll get into that. We will get into that, and I think things will work much nicer. And obviously, next time I'm going to get my titles changed correctly so you guys can actually find my stream and shit like that. And yeah, that's it for now. That was pretty fun. I do look forward to doing this again. And yeah, good night.